The little couple and his secret relationship with Emma, a lovely Australian woman, have been quietly dating for the past 2 years. Now the truth is out. They're engaged, and the wedding is set for January 15, 2026. Will Klein and his future wife even received a new car as a gift from his parents. Here's some background. The little couple followed Jen and Bill, two little people, as they built their lives through marriage, careers, and adopting children. Zoe is from India, and Will is from China. Now in his early 20s, Will has grown into a confident young man with dreams of his own. Like his parents, he has faced challenges, but he's never let them define him. We've seen him go from school trips to family vacations, but what happens when the cameras stop? Our story begins in 2023, in Houston, Texas, where the Klein family lives. Will had just graduated from high school and was attending community college. Inspired by his dad's love for entrepreneurship, he chose to major in business. Ambition runs in the family. Bill owns a chain of pet stores, and Jen works as a neonatologist. But Will wanted more: independence, love, and something personal. That's where Emma Thompson comes in. She's a 22-year-old graphic design student from a nearby suburb. She's not in the spotlight. Emma has green eyes, long wavy brown hair, a bright laugh, and a love for animals and art. She's of average height, 5 feet 4 inches, but that didn't matter. Love doesn't care about height. Will and Emma met at an animal shelter. Will was volunteering, and Emma was interning as a photographer for pet adoption profiles. It was a sunny Saturday. Will was struggling to control Max, an energetic golden retriever. Laughing, he tried to keep up as the dog pulled him around. Emma saw him, walked over, and took a candid photo for the shelter's social media. She knelt to pet Max and said, "Hey, you look like you could use a hand." Will looked up, smiled, and said, "Only if you promise not to post that embarrassing picture." They connected immediately, sharing stories about their pets and favorite breeds. By the end of the day, they exchanged numbers, supposedly to coordinate volunteer shifts. But there were sparks. Later, Will confided in a friend that Emma didn't treat him differently because of his height. She made him feel like himself, not the kid from TV. Emma liked Will's humor and determination. She'd seen reruns of the little couple growing up, but didn't act like a fan. Their first messages were pet memes and coffee shop tips. Soon, they were having late-night calls about their hopes and dreams. At first, Jen and Bill didn't know. They were busy. Bill was expanding his business, and Jen was recovering from hip surgery. Zoe, Will's younger sister, was still in high school and wrapped up in her own world. Will, used to growing up on camera, kept Emma a secret. He didn't want anything pure to be spoiled by fame. But secrets don't last forever. For years, fans have wondered about Will's personal life. He's always been the good kid, but everyone deserves love. Let's fast forward to the summer of 2024. Even after months of texting, Will and Emma avoided being seen in public. Will's house was big, but privacy was hard with family around. So their first real date was in Will's bedroom. Not as scandalous as it sounds. Think Netflix and chill, but real conversation. Will's room was his space: adventure books, sports posters, and a big TV. He cleaned everything, set up fairy lights, and ordered Thai food. Emma parked a block away to avoid being seen and snuck in after dark. Will met her at the side door, nervous. "You made it," he said, smiling, and brought her upstairs. They piled pillows on the bed and started watching The Greatest Showman, a movie about embracing differences. Halfway through, they got serious. Emma admitted her fear. "I'm scared I'm too normal for someone like you. Your family is famous." Will held her hand. "You're amazing, Emma. That's just noise. Fame doesn't matter. This us is real." That night, they shared their first kiss. It started shy, then sweet, and finally deep. They talked until 3 a.m. about future travels, having kids someday, and navigating their height difference. "We'll figure it out," Will said. "My parents did." Emma smiled. "We will." Room dates became a routine. Emma came over on Friday nights when Jen and Bill were out. They cooked simple meals, played games, and spent time together. Yes, it got romantic, but it was emotional too. Will shared childhood stories, fun ones like Disney trips and tough ones like bullying and surgeries. Emma listened without pity. One special memory was Halloween 2024. Emma dressed as a mermaid, Will as a pirate. They danced, watched horror movies, and carved pumpkins. Will pulled her close and said, "You're my treasure." Emma laughed. "You're my anchor." Still, keeping it secret added pressure. Zoe noticed Will seemed happier, but didn't push. "Who's the girl, bro?" she joked. Will shrugged. "Just be happy for me." By Christmas, they were inseparable. Will gave Emma a necklace with a tiny dog charm. Emma gave him a sketchbook of drawings showing their dream adventures. But the world still didn't know. By early 2025, it was too much to hide. At a family dinner, Will finally told his parents. Jen and Bill were cooking lasagna, Jen's signature dish. Zoe was at a sleepover. Will cleared his throat. I need to tell you something. He sat them down. I'm in a relationship. Her name is Emma. She's kind, smart, funny, and really supportive. Jen started crying. That's wonderful, honey. Why hide it? Will explained the fame pressure. Bill nodded. We get it. We kept our early dates quiet, too. They wanted to meet her. Emma was nervous but came for dinner the next week. She brought flowers for Jen and Bill's favorite wine. The evening went perfectly. Emma bonded with Jen over medicine. Bill asked gently about her goals. By dessert, they felt like family. Zoe met her next and loved her. Finally, she said, a future sister-in-law I like. With family support, Will and Emma became quietly public, not on social media, but no longer a secret dot on the internet. Will is quiet, but with pals. They began going on walks in the park, going on coffee runs, and even going on a double date with one of Will's college friends. Emma blended in perfectly, managing stairs alongside Grace. She would remark, people look because you're a star, but love became stronger. Will, nah, because you're stunning. Their room dates changed throughout time. Sleepovers are now officially permitted, with parental consent. The intimacy increased. They physically and emotionally explored one another's worlds. Emma's curves were adored by Will. His strength contrasted with her tenderness. Emma appreciated his self-assurance and his soft touch. Will whispered in bed one night, I see. Forever with you. Emma and I agreed. They had no idea that though life has its surprises, they were cautious, discussing birth control and future plans. Emma began to feel strange tiredness and nausea. She initially attributed it to stress from finals, but a miscarriage led to an exam. Good. Her heart was pounding as she gazed at the stick in the bathroom of her flat, whispering, oh my God, she said. He'd set up candles, romantic music. Emma arrived pale. We need to talk. Will's face sunk, fearing breakup, but she gave him the test when she said it to him. During a room date that night. We are expecting a child. Will froze then. Started crying. Joyful ones, a newborn. Our infant. He gave her a firm embrace. This is amazing. Amazing but frightening. Hours passed while they conversed. I'm afraid, Emma. I'm only 22. We'll work things out, Will. My parents were young. Prenatal tests later confirmed it in terms of DNA. Will's 100%. Definitely. Will's genes were carried by the infant along with possible androplasia. However, they accepted it. Will assure the parents that their child would be flawless. Nervous, they meet at the Klein residence. Jen had a feeling. Leak it. Will. Dad. Emma is expecting a child. We are going to start a family. Quiet. Jen then gives them a hug. A grandchild. It makes us very happy. Bill. Son, I'm proud of you. We'll help. You. Zoe let out a squeak. Here comes Auntie Zoe. Emma's pregnancy went quite well. Will was bringing foot rubs and ginger tea, but morning sickness hit strong. Together they went to ultrasounds to listen to the heartbeat. Will smiled. That's our little one. Emma was glowing and hankering over ice cream and pickles. They came up with ideas for a boy's name. Lily, Will's favorite. Flower is the Alexander girl. Emma's bulge appeared by the summer of 2025. They didn't make much of it. Closed circles were aware, but there were no major pronouncements, juggling schooling and getting ready to become a father. Emma prepares for maternity leave. By studying, their room dates become affectionate. I'll read to the bump. Nesting with baby clothing is Emma. She would say, this is our miracle. Will knew it was time since a baby was on the way. In July 2025, while having a quiet picnic in their favorite park in Houston, he proposed. He brought Emma's favorite things, fruit, sandwiches, and sparkling cider. He knelt as the sun began to set. You've given me love and now a family. Emma, get married to me. The modest diamond ring is permanently etched with our names. Emma broke down. Indeed, the planning of the wedding began January 15th, 2026 is the date they set. Postpartum, allowing for adjustment. Theme, a venue in Texas with a cozy rustic appeal. No media service. Family, close friends, and a guest list. Jen assisted with the blues, whites, and decor. Dee volunteered to take Emma for a stroll if necessary. Bridesmaid duty for Zoe. Emma's postpartum gown features a flowing empire waist. Will's tux. Personalized vows that promise support through the highs and lows of life. Quiet cottage hideaway for a honeymoon. The largest present, however, was a new home that Will's parents gave them as a surprise. Emma, and the baby were given keys by Jen and Bill during dinner. In August 2025, a starter home without 3 bedrooms in our area. The fully furnished, accessible design is worth at over $500,000. We'll give them a hug. Emma, thank you. To all of you. This is crucial. It's a pet nursery backyard space to expand. Time travel to November 2025. Emma gives birth to a girl who is healthy. With Emma's grin and Will's eyes, Lily Grace cleans 6. Yes, a contraplasia, but one that is flourishing. The cord is cut by Will. I'm crying. She is flawless. After birth, they became comfortable in their new home. Jen is a babysitter. Bill assists with setup. The wedding preparations intensify. Practices, tastings of cakes. January 15th, 2026. The momentous day beneath sparkling lights. They make pledges to each other. Yes, I do. Reception, dancing, toasts. For a new generation, future family. Adventures might be bringing the show back to life. In this tale, love triumphs over all obstacles, from secret dates to forever. Will and Emma, what are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. Additional updates. Fans were alarmed by Will Klein of the little couple's recent displays of tension as he frequently paced and worried Jen. Arnold's terrifying report regarding Will and Zoe increased the strain. Will, meanwhile, caused controversy when he made an improper gesture during his debut NFL game. Bill Klein became down in tears as he thought of Will and Zoe, bringing to light the difficulties and tender moments their family is going through. I'll tell you all about it. After what transpired, the young pair will be anxious and pacing. Jen Arnold, the mother of the young couple, recently informed her large following about her troubled teenage son, Will Klein. So why had he become agitated over Will? As a teenager, Will Klein is about to enter a difficult stage of his life. This is a time of development, change, and maturation. Even while that's normally a good thing, Will is going through a lot of change as he gets older and must deal with more responsibilities. Recently, Jen Arnold posted a video of her son pacing the house while experiencing severe anxiety. You may assume he's ill if you looked closely at him. Then what had happened to Will that made him feel so anxious? Will Klein was tense and pacing after the recent Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Jen Arnold told admirers of the little pair that Will Klein is a Chiefs supporter. In the game that lasted till the very end, not many goals were scored. The big game went into overtime for the second time in Super Bowl history. Will Klein was cheering for the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though they won in the end, there was a lot of tension in the game until the last whistle. It's difficult to avoid feeling happy when the team you're rooting for wins. All of the stress and anxiety will have been worthwhile when you eventually see the results. For Will Klein and other Kansas City Chiefs supporters, the reward was significant. The Chiefs won back-to-back Super Bowls, their third in as many years. In Kansas City, Will Klein is relishing every second of their recently formed dynasty. Jen Arnold told her audience about the young newlyweds and how her entire family was cheering for the Chiefs during this year's game. Bill Klein has resided in Florida, Texas, and most recently New England, despite having been born and reared in New York. The Chiefs train appears to have departed. It was fortunate that Patrick Mahomes and company were the reason for the team's triumph. A picture of Jen's family enjoying the Super Bowl together was shared on social media. Everyone seemed to be having a great time, and it's much more enjoyable when that enjoyment ends in success. Even though Will Klein was under stress for the most of the game, fans of the tiny couple love watching how everything turned out in the end. Jen Arnold gives Will and Zoe a terrifying update. The Family has largely been living on their own since Jennifer Arnold revealed that the young couple will not be renewing their well-liked TLC program, even though many people still want more seasons to catch up with Jen Arnold. Bill Clay, Will Clay, and Zoe Clay, the mother of two, keeps her fans updated with frequent social media posts. Jen just shared a troubling update with her kids based on her most recent updates. Oh well, tell the truth.